What they do, try.
Hello.
Of Aces and Jewels. How y'all doing?
Aces and Jewels. Can I say something before we begin?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, T just need a hairdo, that's all. I can't wait to take these out and get a new hairdo.
Right.
Okay, I just wanted to add that. Y'all know me.
Come on.
It wasn't nothing. Listen, you need a hairdo.
Man, say what's up to the people,
Hey,
man.
y'all. Listen, I miss y'all. Like, I am so excited. Like, their 1 year anniversary is coming up.
Facts.
Like, just the things that we have in store for the next upcoming year, because it didn't happen. But as long as we're being consistent,
That's
like,
it.
our hearts, like, the conversations that we have or had, like, I just can't wait to see everything just blossom.
And it will.
And it will. We're going to speak into existence, right?
So what we talk about, T, today?
Listen, you be coming up with all these great things, so I can't take credit off of this one.
How?
Because
This
I was
is not
like,
my topic.
but still, it's our topic.
Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead,
So
T.
it's our topic, and it was like, can you handle being a queen?
Okay. What? They not talking to us aces, right? She's talking to all the jewels.
All the jewels.
All right, aces. So I'm gonna try to hold the fort.
But also,
right?
we gonna get into it if those aces can handle also a queen too.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's so
Y'all just so
hey,
difficult.
Listen, we're about to begin.
Okay. All right, y'all. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Gemini Gems, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe.
Yes.
And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. So yeah, we back, right, T?
All right.
Come on, go ahead.
So listen,
go ahead.
So number one, I wanted to say the definition of a queen. Okay? Because
just a pretty crown.
ain't no pretty crown. Okay?
Sitting on the throne
It is hard
with
work.
her legs
It is hard
and her
work.
scepter.
No.
And her just making orders.
No, it ain't like that. Okay? So the female ruler, all right,
Okay.
of an independent state, especially one who inherits the position by right of birth.
Okay.
Okay? Or, you know, the most powerful chess piece that is each player has whenever the game of chess. We know about that one too. All right, but let's go back to the female ruler. The ruler, okay, of an independent state.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, guess what? All queens has a king. So I don't want you to feel that if we finna just take it away. But I'm here to say, you know, y'all should know T by now. Okay? But each queen also has a king. Okay? I need me a king. Okay? I got me a king. Hey, do a little dance. Listen, that's the king move. Okay?
That's what's
So
up.
listen. Hey, I'm over here cheesing.
Right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay,
T.
good.
Go ahead.
It's just that. All right. Stop it. Because you know my mind will go crazy. All right. So
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to give you a story of a queen.
Okay.
I'm not personally say it's me, but it's a story of a queen, right?
Okay.
So you have a queen. She was born beautiful soul, right? Was she born into that state? No. She had to work. Okay? So you have a queen that's independent. All right? She has her workers with her, meaning people who can grow with her. All right? So this queen has not yet came across her king as of yet. But you know, this queen is very workaholic. Okay? So she put others before herself, which is not all good, but it just shows you that she cares about people. She loves. She feels that she is the helper of all mankind, which is crazy, but
she feels like she's the what?
She's the helper. Okay, so she's the helper. This queen also needs a king. Yeah. Please let me state that you need a king. Okay, queens need kings, but on a serious note, because I was joking, but more on a serious note, can you handle being a queen? Number one, being a queen, and I don't know where that definition came. I mean, that word came in, but just being a queen to me as a family is the one that you actually just hold everything together. Because it's going to be some crazy, rocky terminations. Everything is about to come towards your castle. And I feel that the queen needs to, not to say fully protect, but that's what you have, the king and the soldiers and whatever going on in your castle. But the queen, to me, is always 5 to 10 steps ahead. Because that's just my mindset. Right. Like, even though, you know, you might, oh my gosh, babes, X, Y, and Z. I already thought about that. That was already part of the equation. Already have a solution. Like, you know, past, like, we always advanced thinkers. So not to take away what a king could bring to the table, but at the end of the day, like, a man needs a strong woman. A woman needs a strong man. But also for being a queen as their role, you do need time for yourself, though. Okay. You will get burnt out. You will get drained. Depression can happen if you know how to control that mental state, because it's a lot of roles, a lot of titles of responsibilities that people just automatically assume that you supposed to come equipped when it comes to that role of being a queen. Is it easy being a queen? Hell no. But for me to, do I consider Miss T a queen? I don't think I'm a queen. I feel this leave me in the dynamic of, let me be the helper. Let me be the directory. I'm a queen. I'm not bougie. I don't look down on people. Not to say those what queen characteristics are, but I don't want to feel like I'm on the throne. My life doesn't evolve around that. So my mental state and who I am, I don't categorize myself as a queen. Okay. Because I want to be out in the field. I want to be out in the community trying to help others. But being a queen, you probably need some service. You know, you gonna have some servant leaders. You're going to have to deal with those personalities, because I feel like a lot of people will want to kind of take your seat if you feel like you a king and a queen. But in a couple pyramid or so, I feel that if you are hey, I'm a queen in my castle one day when I have my own. But as far as a relationship, a queen should have a king. She's not able to do that foundation by herself. She's not able to protect her family by herself. At the end of the day, you're not able to do nothing by yourself. And I had to learn that in my 30s. Like, oh my gosh, I'm all independent. I don't need a man. I got my own stand. Okay, I was just telling DP recently, I was like, my mother thinks I'm a man. I'm not a man. My mother thinks I'm the handyman in the house. I know how to do things. Right. Okay, my king was like, well, moms didn't ask me to do X, Y, and Z. Hell, I know, because she used to me doing it. Even though a male could sit in the same room with me, sadly, I'm still will be called on first to do man things. Okay. And I'm trying to give women, females, Jules, listen, you're a woman. Okay, stay as a queen if you feel like I'm a queen in the house, but that word comes with responsibilities. So if you can walk the talk the walk, you need to have both. You can't just do only this. Only say I'm the queen, but what are you doing? Because I want to talk to your child. I want to talk to your boss. I want to talk to everybody around to say, hey, does this person have those qualities or characteristics of a queen? And whatever the results are, the results are. But most of them say, hell no, then you're not a queen. Like, what makes you think you're a queen? But hey, life is perfect. Negative.
Right.
So that's just the start of, just to me as the queen. But T, honey, needs the king on her team. The hell with just being a queen by myself? No.
Okay.
I can't do it. But what you got, DP? Because he had a whole paragraph, whole essay.
No, I do not. Because this is yours.
This
today,
is mine.
right? So I was supposed to give you the feedback from what you're saying.
Okay.
So I did jot some things down from what you were stating.
Okay.
And I want to kind of indulge into this queen mentality of women nowadays, right? The modern woman nowadays,
it's called a queen,
think they are queens.
Okay.
So they come with this entitlement that because they are women, that you should respect them automatically.
Why not,
right?
though?
Why not? Because every person deserves respect. Like, it has to be earned.
It has to be earned.
Right.
Okay.
Over time.
Okay.
I mean, we know we get a general, a general impression to show respect, right? But then after a while, you have to earn it, right? So being that you think that you are a queen, you have to understand there's responsibilities of a queen. Yes. There's a way you're supposed to walk as a queen. You get what I'm saying? And because we are on the queen title and not the king title, you're walking around acting as though that you can do any and everything as a queen, but queens do not do that. Peasants do it. The servants do it. And you walk around thinking that you're a queen, but in reality, you are a servant. You're the farm lady, the farm assistant. You get what I'm saying? You in the brothels. You get what I'm saying? Serving up. You get what I'm saying? You're the waitresses. You're not even in the hierarchy of the kingdomship. Right? So, right, what is a queen without the king? That means you need to follow some type of order. Right? Even the queen itself, when I was looking it up in the hierarchy, the queen position was to actually only implement what the king needed done. Right? So if he needed someone to talk in the Senate, for example, well, I'm not going to go to Senate. Well, if he needed someone to rule because he's at war, she will rule. Right. But let's say if the king and when she rules, she only implements his guidelines. She does not try to enforce anything. So I think about like 300. When Leonidas went out into the war, she was the queen. Right. So what she wanted to do was send more warriors out to help the king out. So that's all she implemented. She did not try to change rules. She just tried to do what she needed to be done. What needed to be done in order to get it done. Most women nowadays, right, they have a hard time getting things done, right? Now, we know we get the regular things done in our world, right? We know we got to pay bills. We know we got to do this. We know we got to do that. But I'm talking about even structuring our kids. Our kids are running rapidly, running wild, and not even doing what needs to be done, right? So going back to the 300 story. So in that, she only implemented what he wants to be done. Now, if the king dies at war, what I was saying was that she has to raise up a senate. She has to create an atmosphere so that she won't lose power as a queen. So basically what happens is she would have to raise up a senate like a government in order for things to be implemented. And all she would do is just enforce like certain rules. But other than that, she would have to look for a king. A king has to come from somewhere in order to reign. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
For a long period of time. If not, she'll be pushed to the side. That's why it was so destined for them to have sons. So I'm not going to go all deep into that, but I just knew that from that. Now to kind of go into what you were saying. Okay, queens, you all have to work.
Yes.
Right? And you all think businesses make you all this, y'all some kings. Queens. You're right. You got your ass on your chest.
We
right?
your boss.
Right. Yeah, you boss chick.
We boss.
Yeah, you all that. But that's trying to have masculine energy. You know? But in reality, you being a queen, you still have a position to play, right? So owning a business doesn't make you like the top of the food chain. You get what I'm saying? Like the end all be all. No, you just own a business. You're not owning no kingdomship. You get what I'm saying? You're still second best to who's next to you. And I think about this saying too. They say next to every great man is a wife. So they don't have a saying that next to a great successful woman is a husband. But in reality, we know if the man is successful, the woman will be too. She complements him. So that's why it's important to me for a woman to have a man. Right?
Hello.
So you all because you all are able to be sufficient in working, owning businesses, y'all use I'm independent. And I always said this, you all are always dependent. We are made to be dependent, men and females. We have to work in order to get money. Even in business, I need your clientele, or I need you to be my client or my patronizer in order for me to make money. Right? So I'm always depending on my customers. I'm always depending on the job. I'm always depending on the source of the earth in order for me to get fed. So we always are made to be dependent. God made sure of that. Right? But we walk around and say, I'm independent. Why? Because you could do it by yourself. Anybody can.
Right.
If you do not eat, you do not work, you do not eat. Right? So at the end of the day, we are all made to be dependent. And I get why we use the word, because we want to sound larger than life. Right, we want to sound like we got it. We got it made. Yeah, boy. You know. Yep. But at the end of the day, you're still depending on the guy to build the structure of the house for you to go and live in. The car that you drive, the police to protect you. You're still dependent, but you don't walk around like that. You say, "Cause I'm a boss, I could get it made." Then why you got a bodyguard? You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
Why do you need to pay for this extra muscle to be around you? Even the guns that's made. You get what I'm saying? You're still depending on that to protect you. You get what I'm saying? Even the mace jar. You get what I'm saying? So the mace spray, the pepper spray. You get what I'm saying? So these things are still factors that makes you more dependent on these things than independent. Because independent, that means we can take everything away from you and you make it happen yourself. That's how I perceive that. Now, continue on. So the example that I would use far as a queen-like characteristic is the P31, which is the Proverbs 31 woman, right? And basically she brings joy to her husband because of her actions. You all do not act majority. So let me say a particular group of women do not act like queens, right? And the way you know is by the actions that they show. They show no respect, right? They don't do their part at the house. So their house is run rapid. It's like chaos in the house. It's no peace at the house. This is how you know there's a difference between a virtuous woman, a queen-like woman, and a woman that's just claiming to be something that she's not, right? Because she's independent. She thinks she's the master of her house, and the kids is out here stealing. You get what I'm saying? Or doing the worst case scenario, right?
Right.
So in that, she brings joy to him because she brings the respect factor even when he is not home, let's say, for example. But then it's hard for things to come in because she's stopping it. Oh, he won't like that. Or this is not going to foul in my house. This is not going to play out in my house. Like my mom, when we were growing up, there was things she was like, it ain't happening in here.
You already know.
You get what I'm saying? Because she already knew she would have had to deal with my dad.
Yeah.
So she would tell her kids, you do not do this. You do not come home like this. This is how it should be. Virtuous woman. A queen-like woman, because her ram, right, is a certain pedigree. Right. You get what I'm saying? It's a standard.
Yes.
So you walk around saying you're a queen. You're a queen of what? Like no standard, no nothing? Right? So I'm going to keep rambling on. Then I said, so now going to what you were saying, far as, and I thought about this, is the women want to know how to become a queen like. And I said they need to take ethics classes. They need to take some ethics classes. They need to learn how to be mannerable. You get what I'm saying? They walk around with a lot of masculine energy. So they need to understand how to be a woman. Be feminine in your own energy. It's power even in that. But a queen knew to do that. She's not going to rough up to her. And if I've been watching some like Greek and mythology type stories, I love watching that. Like the kingdom hierarchy stuff. I love watching it. If a queen ever raised up to her king, he kills her. He will kill her. He will find a way to kill her. If she cheated, he will kill her. Y'all don't want to deal with that type of exactly. But it's all because of how you act. And women don't like that energy, but they claim things that they're not able to fulfill. And I learned that over time. So I said a lot. I probably rambled over for about like 7 minutes.
No stress.
So go ahead, T.
Hello. So going back to the ethic classes, right? Because I feel that I'm going to speak for myself right now. Like I was taught to be independent by my dad, meaning he always says basically at the end of the day, you always take care what your responsibilities are. And then if someone comes behind you and do something for you, you could basically consider that extra. Now, it helped me because I was a single mom, still a single mom. So single mom with my first child, that it kind of, I got it. But as I became a woman, I was like, now it's time to kind of reevaluate what dad said. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you can be independent. You can probably do it all by yourself. But is it healthy to do it by yourself? And it's not. Right. So for me, it's not. Some women are forced to be the queen, the king in their house based off their situation. You know, if a loved one, they significant other passed away, or, whatever relationship issues they have, to whatever choices, outside of their control, that some women have to feel that they're a queen in their castle because that's what happened on their plate. So when you're able to identify, like, are these the characteristics of a queen? At the end of the day, we're not able to do this by ourselves. And I want people to understand that it ain't right. This lady off of TLC, it was a family. And I wrote that down. It's a family. It's a black family. I don't know their last name, but they have at least 10 plus kids. But when I mean their house is so structured to where all the kids fall in line based off what mommy and daddy says. But guess what? How you just kind of identify the woman and the man. Listen, the man checks in with the mom does whatever what their husband say. However, whatever they got going on, it works. And I'm telling myself, I'm looking at my 2 kids and be like, it's 10 plus of them over there. They more structured and aligned than I got just 2 over here.
Right.
And my 2 kids not bad kids at all.
Right.
It's another level of greatness. And this lady have multiple kids. So for a woman like that, she deserves to be a queen. Because I don't see how you're able to function. And she was still having babies, or I'm not sure she able to still. But I'm just like, there's level to that life, and I feel that people we say the word so easily. Oh my, I'm a queen, But
I want to say this too. You all do walk around saying that when men don't walk around saying I'm a king.
Yeah. And
they may say other things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I don't even hear them say that, because if they're a boss, they don't have to say that.
You don't have to say it, and that's just the rule of it. The rule is if you have to tell people who you are, 9 out of 10 you're not.
Right. And also too, I put down before you continue. I put down queens cannot handle conflict well.
Because you want to know why? They feel that 9.9% it need to go their way. That's what it is. It's not that they can't handle it. It's just it's my way or no way.
But in the kingdom, right?
If there's a king,
right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
even in that, there's still rules to be followed. So where are you getting your structure from?
In their mind, them thoughts.
Right, but then your thoughts can be everywhere, right?
Yeah, okay.
So when it comes down to, because we talking about what you're ruling as a queen as well, right? We're not talking about just overly emotional about everything where you cut this off because you feel some type of way.
Okay.
Right? But we just talking about the overall, like being able to handle conflict. It's hard for queens nowadays to handle conflict because they're not built to handle the different obstacles that comes in life. Not all women, right? But the majority of women that speaks values about their position and their placement in the world, they feel as though, I'm a queen, I got this, and then a conflict happens, and I can't even change my tire. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like stuff, just natural stuff that you should be able to handle, or because like nowadays the modern woman doesn't even cook well, right?
I do.
So I know you do, but that's slim. That's why I said the elder class that they need they need wife classes.
Hello.
You get what I'm saying?
I can't do that because I'm not a wife, so I don't think I can lead a wife class as of yet.
But be in one.
I can be in one
to learn the position.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because if you date someone that is successful, or you date just a regular guy that's running his house the way he does, there's a certain position of posture that you must have.
I have a question, right?
Yep.
So why is it that today's world we're using the terminology like queens and king versus leaders? Like, when can we change the dynamic of our thoughts to where at the end of the day, who really is a queen or a king? Or if in your household, I get it, whatever, but we need more leaders in this world versus everybody try to be a chief. Not a lot of Indians.
Right.
We all know that lifestyle. Oh my God, in this corporate world, everybody these titles, blase, the boss, and but why? Who? Why? Who are we trying to impress?
So
what's going on?
I'm glad you asked that question, because that's the thing. When it's time to be the leader, they can't step up and lead. So and I'm just like adding to your question.
Okay.
You know, to show why a lot of people are not even equipped for that type of position. They need to go back to school and become developed first. And I always believe in fully developed as well as being well balanced.
All right.
Right? As an individual, you have to be fully developed to know who you are as an individual, like a person. Man knowing how to be a man, or a little boy learning how to become a man before he becomes a man, right? So you have to learn how to become a wife before becoming a wife. So to go to your question, and why we don't have enough leaders, because being a leader is holding yourself accountable. Then saying I'm a queen, because queen can be used loosely. Being a king or a chief can be used loosely because we really don't have those examples. But we do have examples of leaders, far as a pastor, a senator, people that would step up and go to war. You get what I'm saying? You have your generals, your lieutenants, your sergeants, right? Those people don't want to be lieutenants and sergeants and all of that. They'd rather be a boss. Just to say I ran these people how I wanted to run them. Watch here how he responds to me because I got the bag, right? But then they're not the ones that love to go to war. Like I remember I was reading, I was in the Bible and they was talking about King David, and they was talking about some of the kings before King David, how like King Saul, they went into war with their soldiers and they fought all day and night. And I was like saying to myself, I said, that's not even like nowadays. No one of leadership position would do that. Now, even though in the Bible they told him to stay behind because we still need a ruler to send us to war, which makes sense, right? But then David was like, man, I want to fight too. This is what my hands were made basically to do. Right. You know, so that's the thing. When a leader see his people's in trouble, he will go in and fight with them. Just like a father would step up to the plate and make sure whatever needs to get done gets done. A king will always make sure his family or his realm is in the best suitable position to be ready for war and be ready for, like, let's say the next expansion. They're always, like you say, 5-6 moves ahead. So this goes down to chess. What you mentioned about the queen, right? The queen has so many, she can move
all across the board,
but you can lose a queen, but not lose the game.
Right.
Only time you lose the game is when the king cannot move. So yes, she may be the most important piece, but she's not the important piece, right? She can get things done, right? Right. Like I was reading up on the queen, and they were saying how some queens like had to stir up gossip in order to get the king way to happen. I was like, dog, like she really had an assignment. You get what I'm saying? So again, when we think about the chess moves, that's how we think. She should be able to be sent out by the king to make sure certain moves are made or certain pieces are moved away from the board, right? In order for his
move.
I love it.
I love it too. I love it too.
So what you got next?
So I don't know if people follow Bridgerton on Netflix. Okay. Because I watched that. I love Bridgerton for the simple fact how it's a queen. It's one queen. She doesn't have a king in the series, but just the way how the women are based off how the women are treated. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Because at the end of the day, you're not able to be left alone with that female if you're not her husband. Okay. So if you want to take her out on a date, if you want to get to know her, your account, like you basically have a chaperone, meaning her is always someone's masculine, either her brothers or fathers. That someone will always be her shadow. Or her mother, hey, it's time for a cup of tea. You know, if you want to have that cup of tea in the living room, but 20 feet away, somebody is there, but you still have to get to know her. I don't see that happening nowadays because the word respect, I feel that it's just no respect. And but people get a lot out of people when you respect them. And I think it's hard for people to have that light bulb kind of click. Like if people can respect people, when I mean every single day, every single person that you come across, it could be a king or a queen or a servant, somebody like you said, a farmer, whoever, just give those people the respect that they need. But what you was going to say about Netflix, Bridgerton?
So what I was going to say was that's a great idea, but that comes from structure. That will come from a layout from let's say the king's position, if he's going to shop for his daughter to have a reigning heir, right? So you want to find someone suitable that can fill the void when I'm absent. So you can, or he can have a son, but then he has to find a suitable queen,
right?
Because he must reign with a queen. You get what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times we always try to take away one from the other. Like, oh, we can do, like the man can do it by himself, right? And then, or the woman can do it by herself. And I don't believe that's true.
Right.
I believe that there's a reason why there's two. And when you have two, you get more accomplished.
Facts.
Right. So with that, I believe in the chaperoning, and I believe in, even if you're dating serious. One thing I remember in the old school church, that's one of the things they wanted to. That's one of the things they did. They would literally, like, if it was a male and female in the church, they wanted to date each other, they would get a chaperone to chaperone them. They would go to the movies with them, sit in the back, and they'll be able to go on dates, and the person would sit like a couple of rows away just to chaperone the individual, because if they was walking upright, they will be held accountable. See, nowadays we are just so loose.
Free.
Right. So we move however we want to move, right? So we could do whatever we want to do in the out of the eyesight, the eyesight of individuals, but then God sees it all. So then we start to, even though we know the real eyes ain't looking, but his eyes is looking, we kind of feel like, okay, God, you'll forgive us. And
yes.
You get what I'm saying? So then we moving. But when you want to hold yourself accountable, that's the integrity, right? You'll begin to move a certain way. Now me, I remember I did go on a date with a girl in the church, and there was a chaperone.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But I was just, she was like, hey, can we go out? I was like, yeah. She was like, I'm going to bring somebody. I said, okay, no problem. Right. But I wasn't looking forward to doing anything extra, like dating her even more from just us going to the movie. I just thought we were just going to go to the movie and that was it.
Okay, nice outing.
Right. And so when that happened, it's like you hold yourself accountable because you start to play a certain part. You don't put your arms around the sister because they'll touch you.
Yeah, you can't touch her.
Let's keep it. See, it holds you to a different standard.
Right.
And that's the thing. Queens and kings nowadays do not like to be held to a standard and be held accountable for their actions.
So can we take away this word king and queen? Or maybe it's just cute for a couple to call each other king and queen?
I'm gonna say yes. Like, if you feel like that's your queen, you would state it.
Right.
If you feel like that's your king, you would state it. Because you can have pet names, right? And I get it. But the thing that I don't understand or I can like disagree with is when you walk in that energy.
As if the freaking room's supposed to stop because you walked in.
And then you don't hold yourself, like you're not responsible.
Yeah.
Because you don't even understand the definition. Like I said, like even being a husband or being a wife, there's a meaning behind that. And we all should be able to walk in it.
Hello.
Right? Other than that, you need to get up out of it. You need to get up out of it and reevaluate what these positions are. Then a lot of stuff will not happen to us in our mental and in our physical. Now we understand, yes, we can make mistakes or even learn from other people's mistakes. Right. But then you don't walk that avenue no more. You know, so we just gotta get there. So you also did bring up a helpmeet, a helper. And that's the position of a woman.
Hello.
That's a position of a queen.
Hello.
Right?
I take that.
You all women was created to be a man's help.
Hello.
Meet.
I would do that.
And in that position is so much power. But see, women want to take over so much because they have so much, let's say, animosity against guys, as well as they think they could do a better job than guys. And then you realize that the world is the way it is because of what women have done. So if we look back from biblical to even right now, anytime that a woman step out of the order, the world suffers. Now, if you combat this, that means you're really not taking, like, you're not really analyzing the world. Think about your kids or the now generation, or even us, the millennials, right? If you look back then in biblical times and you did your research, you can see when the woman was involved, there was a lot of calamity. Even guys have died and gone to jail because of women. The turmoil. One thing I have seen before was interview this lady had, and she was saying how you had beef with the guy, so you go tell the brother, then the brother and the guy end up shooting and killing each other, or one of the people in their crew in us because of you. When women get involved, there's a lot of things to look. That I remember even seeing that at the park one time when I was growing up. The guy came out there snapping on everybody on the bleachers, and one of the big homies came to the guy and said, "Bro, you wrong for that." The dudes was trying to tell the brother it was her. He was like, "I don't care. This, that, and the third. Man, I swing on all y'all." He coming out there being a whole tyrant. Right. But it was her that was doing the wrong. So what if that guy got up and shot and killed him? It would have been on her hand. So the big homie, when he came over, he said, "Bro, did you even listen to what he said?" He said, "Yo, people, 7 guys is saying she the one that started." And then the girl, she was like, "I started it, but I'm a girl." And then he went to snapping on her. The brother snapped on her. He's like, "Man, you could have got me killed."
Yes.
There's a lot of stories like that.
Right. It is a lot of stories like that. I agree.
The bedroom pillows talk and stuff like that. Guys getting killed over that.
Right. They fall into her trap.
Right. That's when we talk
like
about
poison.
That's when we talk about the chemistry like we did last week.
Man, that's dangerous.
The man gets stimulated by the woman, and then she ends up poison. And then she lures the this thing. That's why I say it goes deep. So understanding y'all position, you all have a powerful position. The queen is very powerful.
Right. I agree.
Because the queen can see things that the king can't see.
Yes, I got you.
So I would never downplay the queen. I need you.
Right.
But I need you to know your position.
Yeah.
What's your job? What you supposed to do? And then from there, that's how we can get to where we need to go.
Right.
I just wanted to say that.
So all right. So, do you feel that people are stating that they're queens? Do you feel like they're like a group of people that's walking around say, "You know what? I am a king. I am a queen"? Because I honestly don't hear that in my circle. I'm not on social media too much, so I really don't know if people are really walking and vocalizing like, "You know what? I am a queen," but they might act like it. Or maybe actions speak louder than words, but I don't hear a lot of people vocalizing. But what about you?
I think that majority of women nowadays, they say the diva thing.
Okay, I'm a diva.
I'm a diva.
Okay,
right. And then Queen B, right, has stimulated the women to become independent. Who run the world? Right. So you all have been ignited by these women to be empowered, which is awesome. But the thing is, your empowerment is in power of the man that you have. And that's the thing. She can sell you all her dreams, and you all still don't realize that she has a king.
Hello.
So she can feed y'all the god doggo, what is it, manna, while she's eating manna and honey. And you all are only taking the little pieces while she's over there having a whole full course meal.
Because she got that cane.
Exactly. So you'll be led astray to think that you are this independent, running the world woman, but in reality, she knows the truth.
But I hopefully by now Our jewels and aces know that you're not able to do this by yourself.
Right.
They got to take something away from us by now.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They have, and hopefully they should. And even if they fight against it, just look at the facts. Right.
Right.
Look at certain statistics, or just go and do your own self-evaluation, and you will realize, look around in your circle. How many women are being married? How many women are married for a long period of time? People don't even last 5 years after they got married, but they last longer in the relationship. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of contributing factors that contributes to our outcome, but it's our mindset, right? Overall. So if we change the paradigm and begin to look at it from the angle of what is my role, what is my position, how do I play this to the best of my ability, and move forward in that, instead of what feels good, right? What looks good and what can taste good. Right. And that's how we get lured away.
That dopamine, that's that feel good.
Right.
You know, that trigger by touch, you know, hey, that feel good.
Right. So and I understand, you know, you want those, and you want to have that what is it called? Like the stimulation, the dopamine release from the words. What's one of the love languages? When they speak. When they speak to the people?
What you mean they speak to the people?
Right. So one love language, when a person, that words of affirmation, right?
Okay.
So people love the words of affirmation, and so women look for that. Oh, you know, you're beautiful, you're a queen, you gorgeous, you're a princess. And I'm glad I said that.
You just trigger something for yourself?
Yes. When the dad has told the woman, the little girl, she's a princess.
Yes.
She lives in La La Land.
Yes.
For a long period of time.
Yes.
And then she grew up thinking she a queen.
Yes.
But let me tell you when your princesshood stops.
When
you turn probably 15 years old.
15 years old?
That princess, you ain't a princess no more. You a young lady. You're a young lady.
Hey, the cute face, the baby face gone.
Oh yeah,
the baby face being left.
Yeah, the baby fat done left.
Everything left.
The baby hairs done left. Right? You sweat and you musty.
Oh
you
my
get what I'm saying? You having your times of the month.
So dad don't call them princesses no more by the age of 15.
That should be done. and however, whatever works for the guy works.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there needs to be a push of maturity. Right? So I should push my daughters and my sons to be mature. Period. And then we would get out of the delusion that we are still this fairy tale. That's what I wanted to say right there. I done triggered myself again.
Hello, double time.
we went into double time just now. Okay, T, I got you. So hold on before I forget.
Go ahead.
Beauty and the Beast, becoming the queen, and that's the problem right there. We live in this fallacy. We live in a fake reality, thinking that we are going to become this queen, this knight, the Black Knight in the shining armor,
and he coming for this,
and he coming. Get out of that false reality.
He coming on his white horse.
He's not. He's going to meet you at the grocery store.
He might will now.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's going to meet you at the gas station.
Or a family barbecue. This is reality.
Just out and about. That's where he's going to meet you.
Right.
You're not going to have on the perfect dress.
No.
He's not going to have on the shiny new car. He's driving in the shiny new car. He's not going to flash all the money. He's going to come like he's supposed to.
But people would try to find that image in the clubs, though, because that's when you all dressed up, you all dolled up, you got your makeup, your hair, your nails, your feet, because you're not going to just step out in public looking a hot mess.
I can finesse you in that atmosphere. That's the problem. And nothing's wrong with meeting someone in an outing or setting like that, right? But all of that can be fake, because I remember one time this guy was like, bro, she took off everything.
What happened?
She put on the eyelashes. I mean, he thought he was getting something. She had a butt
not the butt pad.
Yep, exactly.
Not the when you can step in it and it's shaped before you.
He was like, "Where are you?
What? This ain't the same
The girdle
woman?
was on, the flap flipped out, the fat flipped
yes.
out." He was like, "Bro, this was a whole different girl."
But I'm saying, but y'all know, listen, I'm sure y'all know a lot of women, we still wear body shapers to keep everything intact, to put it in place, depends on what outfit we wearing. Not to fool you. It's not to fool you. It's just to
beg to differ.
It's just to shape it all.
I bet the
it's
differ.
just to suck it all in at one time.
That's finessing, because y'all put on the hair, the eyelashes, the makeup, the nails, and y'all put on a lot of stuff. You feel me? To lure the guy in, right. But at the end of the day, it's the whole mindset of women believing that they should be, say, with the guy on the white horse, and that's just not the reality.
Listen to Anita Baker, Fairy Tales. One of my favorite songs.
Okay, so in that, what she's preaching?
What she's preaching is fairy tales. It's for the birds.
Right.
There's no such thing. Okay, mommy told me about this story about the princesses, and he come in and she had to tell us. And listen, fast forward, the answer key. This is bullcrap. It ain't true.
Right.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not. That's not our reality.
It's not the reality.
And in that, this is when you learn that all of that queen like mentality is really false. You should be just a regular woman and understand that you deserve a regular guy. Now, it's up to you. It's your discretion if you want him or not. But understand that's just the reality.
So, for me, personal story, right?
Yep.
I never considered myself as a queen. I don't think I did.
Yes, you did, because you said it a couple times on this show.
But I don't recall.
Right.
So
let's just go to a couple
don't
episodes.
Recall, but fast forward to right now. So the moral of this story is I was a heartbreaker.
Okay.
Like I was a really heartbreaker. And even for me to reminisce on how I treated people, and I had to tell my daughter this. I had to tell somebody this story recently.
Okay.
The reason why I am the way I am about the respect and, just being more positive is because I wasn't this all of my life. It was a time frame to where I was a heartbreaker. I ain't gotta get into details, but Miss T, I probably thought I was the queen, okay? But it was because how people treated me, or probably had this ego of mine shoot up as if I was the queen. But I realized, like, you know what, T, you really breaking people's hearts. Like, and it was bad. So just to fast forward, I was like, you know what? You need to stop, because who the hell are you? I had to look in the mirror. Let me treat people how I want to be treated. And it's kind of it was temporary. Maybe a good 2 to 3
years.
I was going to say 2 to 3.
Yep, 5 years. A good 5-6 years. Go ahead.
I want to say 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
I think you doubling to what I'm saying.
No, I am not.
The outside looking in. So he said 5 or 6.
Yep.
I'm sticking to 2 or 3.
Of course.
Okay.
So y'all guys already know what the code is, right?
We'll lower our number. That's the code.
Of course. And then you multiply it by 3.
So 2 to 3.
A 9.
But it's just like, what is a queen? So I'm feeling it, but I apologize to anybody who y'all know my face. And y'all might be like, why she keep calling herself T? And dang well, I didn't tell you my name begin with a T, but I'm telling them myself. But it's just, I apologize. Like real talk, T apologize. I ain't perfect.
So the perfect examples of queen and a kingdomship would be the relationships that you surround or that surrounds you in some form, some way, that is long lasting.
Yeah.
If you want, and people that are stepping in positions together, is no big you, no big I and little you, right? So when you start to encounter those relationships in your life, you'll begin to understand the queen-like mentality. How even when the king steps in the room, he always reaches his arm back so the queen can come in the room. Yeah. And he let her do her little shine, her little twirl and stuff like that. And then they move together. Because I always felt like this. Yeah. That's why I don't take nothing away from women. Men, you're your backdrop of your woman. You're the leader of the house, but you're always the backdrop, because any leader always knows that the people that surrounds him are very important.
Yeah.
So if you got a queen, you will always be the backdrop of her glory. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But understand your position, you will always lead. And that's what a leader is smart enough to do.
Hello.
A king is smart enough to do.
Hello.
And that's how we should move. Right?
I love it. Hey,
So,
okay.
make sure you all tap in with us. We appreciate y'all watching the shows.
Y'all
thus
go
far.
find y'all king and queen. If you don't have one, go find them. Like, prepare for them. Like, I like
prepare
that.
for
Prepare.
them.
Okay,
right.
there you go.
Let's take some classes, some
Yes.
etiquette classes,
Yes, come on now, get hyped up. Like, they out there.
right? They are.
They are. Listen, if T can get her king, listen, it's possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop
So I'm
it.
your boy DP. And so before I begin that,
All right.
yeah,
cool
so
with that.
today's topic is about, can you handle being a queen?
Yes.
And details about the queen and the kingdomship, right?
All right.
A queen in the kingdomship.
All right.
So make sure you tap in with us. I'm your boy DP.
Hey, yo.
This is my girl T.
Hi.
And we Gemini Gems.
Yes.
That's Geminis with the S,
Yes.
Gems with the Z.
Say.
And what we do, T?
Hey, y'all, we dropped them gems.
We dropped them gems.
Deuces.
All right, y'all.
Bye, queen.